Hello, my name is Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm an intuitive reader, and I have a message for the earth signs. This is for Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Before I get into your message, I just wanted to extend an offer or an invitation to you. I have been doing readings over Skype and Zoom, and I would like to offer them to you at a discounted price to help with this difficult time. This time is really a time that it's very hard to stay connected to the light, and it's hard to stay connected to self-love and all these things that we know are nourishing for ourselves. And so the reading is one way to reconnect, to get messages from your loved ones on the other side. And so I just want to make sure that you know this is available. You can visit my website below for for more information. So let's get to your reading. We start with Magician on one side. We've got the King of Cups going into the Tower. The Eight of Wands is blocking all of this. The Emperor, and then the Judgment. Now there's a lot of masculine energy going on in here, and so I am going to say that for now this represents the masculine energy within you, but for some of you this could represent male figures in your life. So what I feel like is going on is we started out the week, or you started out your intention with putting the emotions first, putting the emotional support first, being there for other people, being that provider of solace, of comfort, of the shoulder that everyone's crying on, the very practical, dependable one. And that was working up until a point. And then we get to the Tower where something happened, something really cataclysmic happened, and you were just like, ugh. And all that emotional stuff, all the emotional support just went out the window. And because you started to worry about long-term effects, long-term gain. That's what our Eight of Wands is doing here. And so instead of being open-hearted, being receptive, being there for everyone, you suddenly turned into the Emperor. And what that means is that you've got all 4 feet. I must be doing this reading for goats or something. I don't know. You've got your feet really strongly planted in the ground. You've become rigid in your thinking. You've become like your control is way activated. So something happens and you feel a little bit insecure or something, and your control just comes down like wham. Nope, this is exactly what we're doing. And control is so understandable at this time. Control is a response to fear. And so because there's so much uncertainty right now, it's like you just close the door on your heart. You close the door on being open, and you just said, nope, this is the way we're going to do it. This is the way that I've decided is the best way forward. And I am just shutting down to any other external influences. And it's good to trust yourself, but that's not what this card is talking about. This card is actually more talking about the trust. This card is trying to make things the way that you think they should be, instead of being flexible and responding to the environment as it is. So you have the biggest opportunity for growth this week because we've got the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is calling upon you to sit back for a second, get out of that control, see if you can almost picture yourself rising above the situation to look at really what's going on the ground. And I'm getting the message that it's really about looking at what's important to you, is being able to control every minute thing important to you, because right now that is being severely tested because you can't control every tiny thing. And this is not any different than normal life, if there's such a thing. But all of these negative triggers that usually we're able to keep under control are just really activated on a high alert. So this is your chance to do something different. That's what this Judgment card is talking about. To get up there and say, okay, how do I really want to respond to this? When something is so rigid, it's actually very easy to break it. When something is fluid and flexible and receptive, it has more of a chance of survival. So you think of the difference between a stiff, dead tree and a live, growing piece of bamboo. When the wind blows, that dead tree is probably going to do this, but the bamboo is just going to do this. And it's going to be much easier for that bamboo to keep growing, right? Whereas the dead tree, well, it's dead already, but it's completely lost its battle with gravity. So I know that these things are triggering and really intense, but for those of you who really want a challenge, This is about staying flexible, staying open, and still leading with your heart. Those people in your life still need you, and they don't need you to come across as that rigid decision maker. They need you as that person that hugs them, that listens to them, that helps them understand and trust that everything is going to be okay. So, tall order, I understand, but those of you that are willing to try it, it's really the right way to go. Not going to mince words there, because I can see the repercussions of the other acting this way. I can see the repercussions of being so rigid, and it just does not bode well for you or for your family members. So anyway, I would love to hear from you. Please reach out in the comments below. Feel free to support this channel by subscribing or sharing the videos, and I'll see you next time.